I think, a very risky decision to go for Jace, considering that massive front line that Bro have online already.
Yeah, and I think that DRX is going to really have to give Rich some attention. Both of these teams not wanting to give this up.
And, you know, Closer doesn't have ult anymore because he used it to escape, so this is a really tough fight here for Bro. No ult for Paulo, of course, at level 4 either.
Yep, Closer moving in. Morgan there as well. Level 6 available. He can go all out if he would like it, as it seems like Bro should be able to get themselves one of these. They've taken control of the area, at least for now. So no feats of strength to go down for either team. Great double knockback here from Morgan, is now Rich to the skies. Trying to throw Closer around the gravity field is extraordinary, and Polo is going to go down for first blood. That's LazyFeel picking up first blood in his first game, but it's traded back immediately. The Bros do not waste any time as Morgan is looking for Rich as well. Grabs his opposite number, and now LazyFeel and UCal, they have to just get out of there. Closer a bit distracted by minions, as we can see, as Morgan wanting to dash after this little Corki, but the Valkyrie does come in, and Closer almost just straight up dies. Hunting through now.
Positioning there from Paulo as well. Atlas just knowing that he could cut anybody off here, having Banana Brush control with that control ward super helpful there, and just denying any entry. So, you know, sure, you got the first 3 feet of strength, but Rich, you can already see the problems here. Yeah,
fantastic laner just in general, but now Bro looking to try and get another one. As far as these objectives are concerned, if they get all 3 of these, then that is going to be another feat of strength, or at least a third of it, and that will put them at 2/3. Only one more to be picked up, and they will have that one on lockdown, and then it is just that first turret blood to be fought for both of these teams. DRX, the fact that they managed to get at least that first blood.
This lane, again, UCal in danger.
Yeah, flashes forward, going to be able to pick up. Oh, the ulti just goes completely wide. The Impale holds him out of the way, but still he's able to grab the kill onto UCal. Chaos Storm not doing too much, and Andil, I'm sorry, buddy, wrong place, wrong time, and you are just more food for the Yone. It looked comical, but the results, they're just fine. On Vision, but I don't know whether this Dragon is going to last long enough for that Vision to mean anything at all. UCal moves over, they get rid of that control ward, but that is going to be a feat of strength going over to the Bros in the form of these objectives. Just the turrets to be worried about here, as Rich is on the top side of the map, definitely dangerous if he does get some spare time. Sometimes it's going to be hard to try and exactly work out where Arakan's going to be spawning. But this time it was very easy. Humbug looking for an opportunity here as Andil's in trouble. The ulti goes wide there from Sponge, and he looks to try and get out of the way. Polo with Magnus Storm doesn't get too much done, but that Impale was brilliant at holding them in place. Solar Flare going to be connecting, and look at the health bars. They are just way too big. Bro just walk at them like a freight train, and DRX can do nothing.
As far as it's a good follow-up engage there from Paulo as well. And now Bro looking to clean this turret off the map. Look at how well they control mid lane. They also have Morgan sitting on the bottom side, who had teleport available the entire time. Could have joined, didn't need to. And so that's the first turret going over. That speeds to strength here, the first one of the LCK Cup going over to Bro.
Yeah, Bro going to be the very first ones to be able to buy cool shoes. And I think that is absolutely fantastic. They've been saving for it, and that suits them because of the OK savings bank. Calm before a lot of storm that's going to be coming in very soon. Unless Morgan decides to go all out, which he does. Rich in so much trouble here. The dashing continues. The flash does have to come out. That means that Rich will be safe for the moment. Top lane is out of the picture, and now another fight breaking out around this Dragon Pit. UCal moving in. Watch out for that Chaos Storm, but there's the Magnet Storm! Speaking of storms, and the better one is on the side of the Bros. Double kill for Hype. And Morgan, he's there towards the top side. He's just taking out inner turrets.
I have to say, I mean, I think the symptoms that you and I saw in the draft are really rearing their head here, but it's a massive lead on top of it all. And now that third Dragon here is available, but I mean, that's not even really the story of the game. We're watching a Herald take out mid-turret, get an additional crash here. Massive Voidlings here means it's going to be the inner to go over as well. I mean, this game is all but over here. I mean, it's a 7,000 gold lead, sub 20 minutes.
Pog State talking about the fact that First Blood is such a weird one. That's the only one DRX didn't get, and this is still a mega snowball. Has crashed down here from Polo, and the stats say as well that win rates haven't necessarily changed.
Yeah, I do wonder.
A lot of things are concerned. So it's really weird how a lot of these stats do pan out, but I think it's still a good thing to address regardless. Yeah, maybe we got a little bit overexcited.
Yeah, I wonder what it is Voracious. That's going to be the main flavor in LCK. I was just trying to
Arakan is red, by the way. That's Arakan. People tell me that there is a different one that they see sometimes in their games. No, we only have the red one here.
It's I went for 2+ because I wanted to just be a dissenting opinion. I think was that one on the tweet? Because yeah, the goal difference of 20 was about 7K here, and you can see DRX are really just I mean, they are trying to get
Will they be able to kill
Skarner.
Humbug? There are 4 people on their way over, and he is losing health. Slowly but surely, yeah, this is going to be taken down. So Lazyfield grabs his second.
Okay.
As Arakan continuing to get a little bit frustrated here towards the top side of the map.
So quickly and has made such a big impact in these team fights.
Well,
Andel.
Yeah, Andel is dead, guys. Oh, he's going to flash. Still probably dead, but he's going to try and do what he can before he does end up going down. And when I say still dead, he is not. It's a double impale. It's the other members of his team that are going to be going down. UCal, the first one to hit the deck, as Lazyfield turns up. And it looks like Bro just going to back away and say thanks.
Should be taken. They still win that fight. They still get the kill onto UCal, and they're still going to get Arakan. But if this was a more even game state, it might have been a bit of a disaster.
Yep. And Arakan is going to be taken out here. Cool little buff now around the Bros. See what they can actually utilize with it. There's some bounty gold going in here.
Heavily all in on an objective, like a Baron, for example.
Exactly. And so now the Bros are going to get it down to 50% health. And I think that, Sponge is trying to make his way in. Polo's going to hold him in position. Andel's in trouble once again. Eclipse doing so much work. I just don't know whether it's doing quite enough. As now, Close are going back. And yeah, he's just going to pretty much recall and then head back in. Doesn't have teleport though, so he's going to be a little while making his way over. A 4 versus 5 just for a bit as the Magnet Storm is gorgeous with the bullet time over the top. Crash in from Humbug there as well. Finds an impale onto Lazyfield, who cleanses, Valkyrie, does everything he can to get himself out of the way, and this time finally, Andel is going to go down. Morgan is just going completely ballistic here towards the top side of the map, flashes out of the gravity well, another kill onto UCal. The Lord is definitely almighty in his first game of the LCK Cup. They're going to take down Sponge as well, and it's only Lazyfield left standing. Yes, they stopped the Baron, but I don't know whether they're going to stop it again.
Last man on the lineup today, last one to fall. And down he goes, makes it an ace. And look, if you're cup half full, successful Baron deny.
And also, if you're cup half full, they can't play Skarner again in the next game.
That's right. Nor can they play the Rel Misfortune combo.
They may not have banned it, but they banned it, because this is fearless. It's glorious. DRX just wanting to get him in the second one ever.
100% win rate.
I know, isn't it extraordinary? They're going to be able to grab themselves a Mountain Soul. That is 100% Soul rate as well. 100% Barons in every game that they've taken.
Since elimination matches in Kespo Cup, they haven't lost.
Exactly. And they've taken more Arakans in other than any other team ever.
In LCK history.
Cup history, exactly. Yeah. It is extraordinary. That's extraordinary as well. The Impale comes through, the bullet time comes down. And yeah, we're being a bit facetious. We're having a bit of fun because, ladies and gentlemen, this game is over. Closer diving on forward. Polo once again showing off the fact that he is going to get player of the match. That is just how it's going to go. His Rel has been so extraordinarily good. And DRX just going to be happy that he can't play it again in game number 2. Sponge going to get wiped from the Rift. Andel onto the fountain. But Morgan's going to do his very best to pull him back out there. And we're not going to be able to talk about respawning Nexus turrets because, unfortunately, the Nexus does not respawn. And that will be going down imminently. OK Savings Bank Brion with the very first victory here for our LCK Cup, putting themselves 1-0 in the series. So, while in isolation, strong into the Kaisa, putting yourself at a lot of risk here. DRX, I think this time around, getting the stronger draft here. So much pre-built synergy here. Data deficit, and now in danger of Hambak diving early. The turret ramp is going to be quite important in this situation. Yeah, Lazyfield thinking about where he wants to go. And honestly, there's not a lot of options because he has no flash. That's first blood going over to the Viego. Gets the possession there as well to try and get a little bit more damage onto this turret. Beautifully done, and that is going to be Bro now picking up that first feeder strength. And also having a great game so far. Of course, very early days, but I love to overreact.
I mean, he's such a similar player to Lucid. Anyways, we're going to have a bit of a scuffle here. Yeah, this time towards the bottom side. Andel with the flash slam into the wall onto Apollo. And they are going to be able to take him down. 1,000 health on this Dragon. The seismic shove from Closer is just a little bit of a wave goodbye, and that is going to mean that objective goes over to DRX. Here, as we see Hambak is trying to rush this first grub, but finds himself in danger. Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble here as Rich looking to make his way over, not quite in taunt range. And it is still just going to be that one grub picked up by DRX. So I actually thought that Hambak might have got the smite off there, but I missaw it, and that was in fact that grub going over to this Wukong. So that could be 2 very, very fast objectives to be taken here by DRX to even out the feats of strength. Just needing one more
In 4 minutes time when that Drake spawns, or in 4 minutes when the next round of grubs spawns, DRX, if they were able to lock it down, all three of them. The ability for Humbug just to steal away one is certainly going to be there. 5 grubs, though, going to lead to a possible first tower. But here's another engage. Great double knock up there from Andil as Humbug tries to get himself out, but doesn't manage to. Hype utilizing that Blade Caller really nicely, but not quite nicely enough as in goes Closer. His patented, overly aggressive play coming on through there as he tries to flash away, but he just takes a stick to the head, and that is going to be Sponge locking down that kill.
It looks like it will be to even it up. No one here to deny. Humbug on the other side of the map, maybe trying to turn this into a dragon play, but full control goes to UCal there in the side lane. Andil and Closer, this is a very bizarre decision. I mean, Hype's incredibly low. It was kind of a zero-sum game there at close quarters because of the Aurora ultimate, so I do like this choice.
Yep,
but down goes the turret.
Yep, that is just going to be first turret blood going on over to DRX, and so that is 2 feats of strength and some cool shoes. It's all right. Humbug trying to clear out some vision. Rift Herald going to be taken here by a Sponge. Man, bro needs to find something. And it's so weird, right? Because we have often said that bro's ability to just try and make plays to get themselves back into a game is what they've been missing. No matter what players have been on this team, it's always been a big factor for this squad.
So they're kind of just giving these objectives up. Herald is going to crash here into this mid turret, the second turret likely taken of the game because they have 6 grubs. I mean, this Voidling's going to pop out, and I mean, there's just nothing you can do to stop this. So they just keep collecting gold and getting more map control here. And you can see Rich has just been given so much leeway in the side lane, everywhere.
And he's even had the gall to build, like, steel caps.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care about you, Rumble.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to make sure that I am going to be able to get things done in these team fights. Of course, steel caps, if you do get the upgrade as well, are completely ridiculous. And so, yeah, it's looking pretty nice. Second dragon to be picked up here by DRX. By the looks of things, Yuka are going to come on over and add some support. As Follow should be able to clear out this ward. And moving on over, and yeah, it's a grand exit. You can understand exactly why, as Morgan might be able to get something done here. Going to be taking some blood petals as well. Certainly going to feel good. Minute and a half until Arakan does turn up. And yeah, I don't think we've had quite the amount of aggression that we need.
Unfortunately for Morgan, he wasn't even able to get that turret there on the top side. Lazyfield coming up, he could ult in.
Yeah,
no turret.
There's a lot of ult-in availability. Of course, Rich not going to be able to ult-in on top of himself, as Morgan was even able to get a blood petal. That was pretty cool. Justice Punch avoided, and the Void Seeker not going to seek anything, or not going to find anything at least. As the Equalizer getting a lot of value, but Morgan's still dead. Sponge going to be able to grab that one. Humbug looking for an opportunity here, but I don't know whether he's going to be able to find it. Decent little stun, but it's onto Rich, and he's so tanky. Another wall comes down, but Closer is just going to put it away immediately. Rich taken out. The sacrificial Galio.
But in return, it looks like we're going to see UCal take that bottom side turret. So Rich sacrificed himself. You take the Rumble off the map, and UCal's going to get more gold on this Aurora. And I feel like this is still just a huge trade up for DRX. So it's a small consolation prize, you could say, for Bro. But I am very concerned about what the rest of this mid game is going to look like as we crest 20 minutes here to set up a single target pick. He's going to need to, get over here soon. They have vision of this.
Yep.
But stopping it's another story.
They know exactly what's going on. And it can be very dangerous because of the amount of shred that you do get. Humbug's moving on over and the teleport's coming in. All right, they are committing to this. Andil taking a fair bit of damage as now Morgan has turned up. The Equalizer is going to be so dangerous. Teamfight comes down. Killer Instinct into the back line. It's a phenomenal heroic entrance and Lazyfield is popping off. He gets into that back line. That's a triple kill for the Vietnamese player. And bro, they are sent packing. That is Arakan going down as well, so Richie can feel free to try and die.
From behind in situations like this.
Yeah.
Not very tanky.
Well, there's 30 seconds, and then, bro, I think just need to pull the trigger.
I think you're right, but you win a fight, you'll get some petals and some gold, it'll put you back in it, but it's just a limited win if you can get it. That is to say.
Well, Rich now just moving on over. Justice Punch is odd. He's just right underneath that turret, trying to get some use out of this Arakan passive. The ulti does come down there from UCal, and DRX is just going to wipe the floor with that turret. They take that one down real comfortably, and yeah, Rich invests his entire health bar, but he would have probably even preferred to die.
Yeah, he's
go
like,
back to base and buy and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's like, I have TP.
Now I have to waste all of this time pressing B and stuff. Oh, man.
He's like, guys, the withdraw animation is faster than the recall.
Exactly.
Can't I just die? And that's when the team is telling him absolutely not. But what's interesting too about this lineup here for DRX is we'll talk a lot about this when we go through the rest of LCK Cup and the regular season of LCK, but coincidence. But they have the back, buy, and return Void Staff done for UCal. This is a big Aurora, and they are happy to start this. It's on Vision, but sometimes seeing isn't everything, Atlas, as they say.
Very true. Humbug is going to lay down some mist. Let's see whether he can find a way in here to try and get something stolen away. Seismic Shove going wide. Humbug in position, like, this could be a difficult Baron. As Sponge decides to turn it, he is able to lock that one down. Humbug gets in there, but doesn't get away with it. And that is Rich locking down that kill. They do manage to take down the Wukong, but the knockups are just gigantic. They take down Ondil, but Hype is still in so much trouble. LazyFeel wants to flash in, and he will do so. Takes down his opposite number, and he's going to be able to help tidy up Morgan there as well. The Lord could not save them. And bro, I think he's going to have to play a third game in this series.
Looking likely. Man, Ondil is having a fantastic night, Atlas. He is really feeling himself in the second game in particular, but even in game one had some decent moments. And that is that. Paperman's not going to be able to steal the Baron, and he just falls instantly. The flash follow-up knockup, though, from Ondil was just Chef's Kiss, and now the base is falling here again at 27 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know whether Polo's going to be able to save this one, as LazyFeel with these 3 items completed is doing so much damage. Void Seeker almost killing Humbug on the fountain where he stands, but the Nexus will go down, and that is a tied-up series.
No, I think that there's a lot of ways to get access to the Varus here for the side of DRX. They have the ability to kind of get through that front line with the hostile takeover, potentially. They also have Xin Zhao is very beefy.
Stand around. They have no range. It's now Hype in a little bit of trouble here. Sponge making his way over. Wind does become lightning. The flash has to come out. They're going to accept that one for the moment. Towards the bottom lane, though, is Humbug. Gets some vision down. This Pillar of Flame could do a bunch of work. The hook goes wide, though. It's closer. He's going to turn up. Great handshake comes in as there's the wind wall. Sponge going to have to flash away. LazyFeel doing the same thing. And another pillar comes through, and the bailout not going to be working this time. First blood and a feat of strength going over to Hype. And another hook connects as Polo pick up the first palm of the tournament, my friend. He's definitely getting it. This guy's so good. Look. Morgan's turning up. Let's see what's going to happen here as Sponge already getting to work on these grubs. I believe the first one was taken by Humbug, and indeed it was, so it should be 2-1. No feat of strength are going to be counted down. The flash forward here as the Ruthless Predator comes down. The knockup from Closer to follow up. LazyFeel's on the floor, and the bros, they did not appreciate that Game 2 loss.
No, they certainly did not, and I think they are appreciating the early game lead that they have here in this one. First blood picked up by them early. Will be able to get 2 out of 3 grubs and prevent himself from flashing. And that being said, on the other side of the map, because of that, it's a successful deny on the gank, and they get the dragon out of it. So DRX bouncing back a little bit here, abusing the melee support incredibly well. The Hype didn't take the Comet or anything like that to try to poke his way into advantages, just wants to sit back. He's got 3 kills, so he's feeling okay, but at least LazyFeel is getting more back. Bro will be able to get these grubs, as you mentioned.
The satisfaction of watching Brand take grubs, never gets old. As well, even though the top laners didn't necessarily win out, as the hook comes through from Polu, gets the knockup onto Rich. Sorry about the caster curse, as, I think Humbug might have the damage. Does find himself to E. There's the stun, beautifully done. Sears him down. And that is a medium rare Gragas in the top lane.
Well, fortunately, though, for DRX, they already got first turret blood in the bottom side with the Ambassa push from UCal, so at least this turret going down isn't going to be the end of the world for them. And we're still waiting to see who's going to get that feats of strength. DRX having bottom side control means they also have prio for this Drake.
He does have the dominance available. No flash, though, is now Rich. In that brush, does find the angle here onto Humbug. There's the knockup. Humbug getting himself out of the way, though, and he might actually be safe. Sponge cut down where he stands, and the Brand survives. Another hook is going to land there because Polo does not miss those. Morgan very, very low, though, as LazyFeel doesn't get the execution on the Rend. And now it's Hype. He has that range advantage. The Fade's call, though, may have baited them out. Hype gets knocked up, but there's no follow-up. It's just Polu that does go down. The blinking health bars on both sides. The knock-up onto LazyFeel. That is a lot of damage there as in goes UCal. 2 lockdown. LazyFeel does get the bailout. Closer utilizing that wind well so beautifully. But now, can UCal survive this? Is that the triple? Yes, it is. And DRX, they're on the board and in a big way.
A quiet early game for UCal.
No.
Oh boy.
He was on a ward.
Well, things turning up in a big way here for DRX with Rich committing the teleport. They're on the Dragon now.
With the bros. And now it's even closer than it was before. Polu possibly out of position here at the same time. The Hail of Arrows is going to slow down Sponge. He has to use the ultimate. Good handshake there from Andil. As, okay, the Herald is going to lose interest. Polu's just going to be cut down though. That is going to be the bailout successful, but immediately it's locked up again. Lazyfield trying to find another angle here to get even more aggressive. But a 1-for-1 in the end, not going to spell out too much.
They have Prio right now. Hambach is not able to put any damage into DRX just yet.
All right, the Lord's flank angle is looking a bit dangerous here as the Rift Arrow going to be secured by Hambach. Morgan can flash and gets on top of Lazyfield, but the Fate's Call is pretty good. Hype untouched though until UCal gets into that back line. Still, it's going to be a flash out. Hype still in pretty good position. Hambach dealing with Rich at this point in time, but the hero that is our Lord is going to get over the wall and then back over again. UCal using all of these dashes, and it's just not going to be enough.
There, you know, without his Leandre's damage, I don't know if they actually could take this.
And that was feats of strength as well. This is going to be Pro being able to upgrade their shoes.
Absolutely.
Some fancy Nikes now available for this squad. And looking at it, like you can see the Swifties as well upgraded. Might be their first Dragon of the game as well. Once again, it's going to be a Mountain Soul, which is kind of nutty. I'm finding it hard to keep up with everything. Normally we've talked about which soul it is far before the Dragon has in fact spawned and been killed. But there's a lot of stuff here, you know, into this big gun in the mid lane.
Yeah, Morgan also side laning on the top side, so this 4-1 setup here is incredibly powerful, and they have the withdraws. So, I mean, they're not vulnerable for anything. They can go in.
That Chains of Corruption does come down. Turret is getting a little bit angry. Knock up onto Sponge, but not one that Closer wants to follow up on, and they'll take 2 turrets for their trouble. A third possibly going down as well if Morgan can get his minions in position.
Hear that bro win when the minions get here. DRX just trying to group.
Yep, Hex Flash over is great handshake for the disengage out of Andil, but in comes Morgan. He's pre-ulted as well, just trying to keep them busy. It is going to be Andil going down first up, but you can see there is a whole lot of getting sent back to the fountain here for the bros. Hype just trying to stand in position and deliver this damage. UCal should be able to take him out though, and there it goes. That's in fact just a kill. UCal as well, close to the highest level in the game as you just saw, and he still has a gold lead. Even though there's been 5 kills picked up by Closer. Now Polu going aggressive once again. Lazyfield feels like he has a good angle, and in fact he does. Chains of Corruption does nothing. And the exhaust comes on through there as well. The bailout was on Lazyfield. He didn't even need it. 2 on the floor. Hambach joins this Yasuo, and down goes the Lord as well. 4 on the ground for Bro.
DRX picking up this Baron will almost completely nullify the gold lead. It's going to be about 100, 200. That's the difference between them after this Baron is taken. And it's going to guarantee they have objective control for the next fight as well.
As Morgan looking to chase after him. Can they hold him in position? That's going to be the question as the turret goes down in the mid lane.
Oh, wait. The way!
Oh, he's out of there! And the bros are unable to stop him. He's down into the bottom lane, and he's pushing with UCal. Yeah, the rest of DRX is going to be pushing in.
I think the call was probably initially, hey, Rich is a lost cause. Let's hard push mid and bottom. But then Rich gets out with the TP as well. No one can shut him down, and they get 2 turrets for it. He doesn't die, and this Baron definitely said that's Challenger's baby at least 3 times.
At least 3 times.
In front of the television over on the space. But look at what Hambach has in his inventory. Right, he's got his ult. The only thing he really is missing is the flash, but he's got an arm guard for survivability. He has the tier 3 Sork shoes. You know, 2 incredibly strong items with the slow and the burn to actually maximize his damage. They don't have a mage mid laner, so they really need him to do well. Speaking of,
Morgan gonna have to try and protect him here as the flash forward. Great cast, but maybe he's now no, he's not. Lazyfield is going to be able to find him. Hambach gonna go down extraordinarily low. The bailout. Is it going to be working here? And the answer is it doesn't actually have to, because he doesn't even go down. Oh, never mind. The Leandre's burn will do it.
And Hambach doesn't expend his arm guard there. Want to make sure we can shut down DRX from getting that Mountain Soul. So makes a wise choice there, in my opinion, because I don't think they would have turned it even if he was able to go golden there. So holds on to that critical item. The upgraded Swifties for Hype, which will give him tons of movement speed. And okay, hold that thought.
Yep, that's going to be Morgan taking a whole lot of damage here from UCal, who's just not taking any damage at all. Morgan realizing that he just needs to deal with a minion wave, and he's not even going to be able to do that. And UCal collects his 6th. Undying so far today in this game.
UCal's ult's coming online fairly soon here. He's still on the flank. Catching either Hambach or Hype will be massive TP.
Here's the teleport. That's a bit of a short one, but Rich gets himself into position. Hambach goes golden, but he's the jungler, and he's just going to get executed. He does a bit of damage on his way out, but that is not going to be enough, and the pro's not going to be able to stop this Baron. They might be able to deny a Dragon, I guess, but even that's up in 20 seconds, and this Baron isn't going to last very long at all.
No.
The kills have been evened out, but the gold is well and truly in the advantage of DRX, and on their second Baron, they might just be able to win the game.
They did not set that up. DRX are proactive. They pick him, and that's Baron plus Mountain Soul here. And I don't know if I can call this a close game anymore. It is looking like we are looking for DRX to close this one out. It's not over till it's over.
DRX looking so strong. And Hook gonna go wide there as Rich just going to use his burly finesse to get himself out of the way. Body slam beautifully timed. They take down the turret.
UCal is just going to sit over here alone and take out this turret slowly but steadily. What they really want, the real prize is, though, an inhibitor. 80 seconds left to go. If Bro could stave the pressure off here, maybe there's a chance back into this game.
Yeah, Closey, you can see, going a little bit aggressive onto Rich, who has about 7 million health. So he'll be absolutely fine.
He's on that top inhibitor turret.
Yeah, that should be taken down here unless Closey can make something happen. He throws out the ulti. Morgan trying to get over there. Slices, dices, gets the stun, but it's not going to be enough. The flash out from UCal is enough disengage. And now Rich could be in trouble, or he could just be way too tanky. Hype trying to get some damage down here. Sponge taking a little bit, but throws out the Crescent Guard. UCal in some trouble. Great knock up here from Closer. He has to flash, though, to get out of the way. The pros are fighting as hard as they can, but it's just not quite enough. Lazy Feel is inside the base. I don't know whether that was necessarily the right call, but it looked really cool, and inhibitors are still going down for DRX. The Baron is going to be up again in 30 seconds time, so I just don't know whether you're going to be able to survive with all of these supers just parading into your base.
And DRX's Team Elder, Atlas.
Amps, it's kind of crazy as the ulti catches him, and once again, Hambach is just on the floor. That broken arm guard looking at him just sadly from his inventory, and that will spell a Baron right on the spawn, and DRX, I think, might be able to end it here. The third Baron is the charm.
Yeah, I don't know, I mean, they're Team Elder, but they've been doing a lot of Baron. We'll find out.
Yeah, I think not good enough, especially when he cannot stay alive when any of the members of DRX look at him.
The inhibitors will respawn in about 30 seconds here. But I think that's just enough time for DRX to get these waves going, and the super minions are still already up here in all three lanes, so they're not just going to disappear.
Yeah, well, Rich is going to find an angle. That's a beautiful cast. Polo trying to get out, but once again, Hambach is just left to the wolves. Another hostile takeover is decent, but Polo's eaten by a dragon. Lazy Feel is dancing around the battlefield, and his dragon is hungry, and it's hungry for the first match win of the LCK Cup for DRX. Teddy was unwell today. Lazy Feel played in Challenger yesterday, picked up player of the match, and he may do it again here as DRX take down the Casper Cup champions.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.